Have you ever been in a room where everyone is talking, but one person just isn't? In a society that rewards loudness and constant expression, we often mistake silence for emptiness, weakness, or disinterest. But psychology reveals that beneath quietness lies not an absence of thought, but an abundance of it. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of people who don't talk much. First, let's clear up a common myth. Being quiet doesn't always mean you're shy. Shyness is the fear of negative judgment, while introversion is simply a preference for low stimulation environments. A calm introvert may be completely comfortable, but still choose silence because they feel overstimulated by noise and crowds. Society often biases toward talkative people, viewing them as more competent and intelligent, even when evidence shows otherwise. Quiet individuals frequently get told to speak up or smile, which frustrates them because they aren't antisocial. They're simply thinking deeply. The difference between talkative and quiet people is partly hardwired in the brain through neurotransmitters. Extroverts have a highly active dopamine system that rewards external stimulation, social interaction, and new experiences. Introverts, on the other hand, are more responsive to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that brings pleasure from deep thinking, reflection, and focused attention. This preference also ties into the nervous system. Extroverts lean toward the sympathetic fight-or-flight system, while introverts are more connected to the parasympathetic rest and digest system, which promotes calm and energy conservation. Many quiet people are internal processors. Unlike external processors who think by talking, internal processors prefer to let ideas simmer internally before speaking. For them, silence isn't empty. It's highly productive. Research shows that staying silent often demands more cognitive effort because it requires reading subtle cues and thinking carefully. Quiet individuals tend to practice intellectual humility. They only speak when they have something meaningful to contribute. Around 15 to 20% of people are highly sensitive persons, or HSPs. They process sensory information much more deeply. If you notice every small change in tone, facial expression, or atmosphere, you might be an HSP. Busy or loud environments can quickly overwhelm them, leading them to stay quiet to manage the intense input. The upside is that HSPs often possess exceptional observational skills, high empathy, and a rich inner world. It's also important to distinguish natural quietness from selective mutism, an anxiety disorder where someone becomes physically unable to speak in certain situations, despite wanting to. This is not stubbornness or rudeness. It's a nervous system freeze response to perceived danger. Our perception of silence is heavily influenced by culture. In many Western societies, silence can be seen as awkward or disengaged. But in several Eastern and collectivist cultures, silence often represents respect, harmony, and emotional intelligence. Even in digital spaces, silence in meetings or classrooms can signal attentiveness rather than disinterest. So the next time you meet someone quiet, remember, their silence is not a void. It's a space of deep thought, intention, and feeling. They aren't missing something. They often see and understand more than others realize. Some of the wisest and most insightful people think best when they speak the least. Sometimes the strongest connections are built not through words, but through comfortable shared silence.